All right, you're under contract and you start hearing this term appraisal. So what is an appraisal? What happens during this appraisal time? Well, it's not your dad telling you that you're paying too much for the home. It's not surfing Zillow at midnight trying to find the latest estimate. No, an appraisal is conducted by a licensed appraiser who's going to give an official opinion of value. How do they find this value? Well, they're going to find three similar properties which have sold within the last 12 months. They're going to make adjustments for things such as square footage, condition, upgrades, those kind of items. And with the information they have, they are going to produce an opinion of value for the property. And they need to do this because the lender has to make sure that the value is there in order to loan the money. Now, with certain types of loan, there are conditions, some criteria that the property has to meet. For example, a VA loan, the property cannot have rotting wood on it. That will have to be replaced before the appraiser writes off on it. So the appraiser, they are looking for items within the property to meet the certain criteria that the particular loan has. They're not in there doing another home inspection, but there are criteria that they need to meet. And they're looking for that. And if they find anything like that, then they'll condition the property until those items are repaired. And once they're repaired, then they'll come back out, take a look, and then they'll sign off on that appraisal. Now, last year in 2025, we saw a lot of homes fall short of value. The appraisal did not meet the contract price. So how do we avoid that? Well, that really begins at the beginning and pricing the property correctly. So what you want to do is, of course, you've got to keep in mind of the competition around you. So you want to look at those prices. You want to look at what has sold as well in the area. So you want to go back a few months and find 3 or 4 similar properties that have sold if possible. And you want to bring those two findings together to come up with a great price. And this will definitely help you to avoid value problems with appraisals. If you're on the buying side, what do you do? Well, you want to make sure that your offer definitely will fall into the appraisal zone. So you definitely want to go back and look at what has sold in the area, because you don't want to go under contract. You don't want to spend money on home inspections, pay for the appraisal, and then have the value fall short and have to go back to the negotiating table. So you want to make sure to go back and look at what has sold in the area as well as competition, of course, and base your offer on that because you don't want any issues down the road.